never heard it from me. I feel like I owe him that as a man, man to man,
to tell him
how I feel about him and what he's done to me.
And your intention in doing that is what?
To help him. I don't know, maybe I'll get through. You know, maybe it'd be different coming from his son.
Once you tell your father how you feel about him, you will what?
Be lifted, I guess.
Lifted from?
The burden, the weight.
Where are you in your relationship with him today?
We don't have one. I don't have any respect for him. You know, these past few years, seeing his actions, I'm really seeing him as a person.
Are you, or were you, a fatherless son?
No. No. A lot of my core beliefs that he taught me, you know, always look a man in his eyes when you shake his hand and make sure it's a firm handshake. That's how you know he's real. Always say please and thank you everywhere you go. It's the best currency. Those things stuck with me. My father never told me I wasn't good enough, like that, but his tones, the way he would speak to me, it made me feel little. Always yelling at me, and it was like walking on eggshells around him, you know, because he was so controlling. Sometimes he would, he would try to bond with me. We'd go to the mall. You know, look at that girl. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna pick her up. You're gonna get her. I'm like, relax, I'm a kid. I just want to hang out with you. You know, go to the Toys R Us or something.
So is your father a womanizer?
Yes.
Okay. What else?
Controlling, aggressive.
An aggressive, controlling womanizer. Is there anything good about it?
Not that I've seen.
I love this process called patterns and pathologies. Each of us carries a pattern of belief and behavior in our being. What if, as a child, his father behaved in a way that made him feel valueless and like he was nothing? And then his behavior with you made you feel like you were valueless and nothing. Not because it was conscious, not because it was intended, the thinking, the experience is already there. What if, when you have children, they end up feeling like nothing and valueless? What if? It's just the pathology.
Actually, I catch myself a lot of times doing the things my father did, or raising us.
Yes. Do tell.
You know, the aggressive, criticism, and when I do that with my siblings, and now I know, and I'm aware of it. I try to, nip it every time. And actually, when I go home, I'm gonna ask them, how does that make them feel?
Wow. And if they say valueless and like nothing, what will you do with yourself?
Probably cry.
No, go to the mirror and slap the first person that shows up. And then make another choice. Make another choice. I heard you say that his actions have led you to lose respect for him. Yeah?
Yes.
Is it possible that you're judging his actions? Right, wrong, good, bad, fair, unfair, valuable, valueless, worthy, worthless?
I think there's a lot of validation in my judgment because, even as
It's never validation in judgment.
well, not judgment, but the way that I feel.
Are you aware that your father is an addict?
Yes.
Are you aware that addiction is a disease?
Yes.
You're aware of that? If he cancer, would you be judgmental or upset about the behavior he exhibited when he was in pain?
No.
But yet you judge him knowing that he's an addict and that addiction is a disease. You judge him. What would happen if you took the judgments off your dad and just saw him as a wounded, diseased person? What do you think would happen?
I don't know.
I want to support you in having this conversation with your dad, but I want to offer you the opportunity to go in as his teacher and not as a wounded little boy. What if you became the teacher and he became the student? And instead of being wounded, you be compassionate, knowing that you're talking to someone that has a diseased mind. When you look at him like that, someone with a diseased mind, a wounded heart, because Xavier, he had to be wounded to wound you. He had to be. Is there anything redeeming about him then?
You are something else. You know? Doesn't.
Something else other than a woman?
Because it takes a whole lot to make me cry.
I'm not making you cry, beloved. Your heart is opening. Compassion will do that. You're giving yourself permission to open your heart beyond the wounds to the wisdom. Can you forgive him for not being the father you wanted and needed him to be?
Yes.
Tell me what you feel now that you didn't know or feel when you sat out here.
Yeah. My heart is completely open. 100%. When I knew I was going to see him, it was going to be, you did this, you did this. And looking down on him and, judging him, like you said. But he's a human. And approach him that way. Treat him